One man survived the atomic bombing of Hiroshima. 3 days later, he survived the atomic bombing of Nagasaki. It sounds impossible, but it is completely true. His name was Tsutomu Yamaguchi. In August 1945, the 29-year-old engineer was finishing a business trip in Hiroshima. On the morning of August 6th, he was preparing to leave the city and return home to Nagasaki. As he walked toward his destination, he heard an aircraft overhead. Looking up, he spotted a B-29 bomber crossing the sky. Then, everything changed. A blinding flash erupted above the city. It was brighter than anything he had ever seen. In an instant, the atomic bomb known as Little Boy detonated over Hiroshima. The explosion threw Yamaguchi to the ground. The blast wave tore through buildings, shattered windows, and sent debris flying in every direction. He suffered burns, temporary blindness, and ruptured eardrums. Somehow, despite being close enough to feel the force of the explosion, he survived. When he looked around, the city was unrecognizable. Fires spread across neighborhoods, buildings had vanished, thousands of people were injured or killed. Survivors wandered through the ruins, searching for family members and desperately trying to understand what had happened. Yamaguchi spent the night in Hiroshima and witnessed scenes he would never forget. Yet the following day, he decided to make the journey home. Against all odds, parts of the rail system were still functioning. Injured and exhausted, he boarded a train and traveled back to Nagasaki. His family was relieved to see him alive. Most people would have spent days recovering from such an ordeal. But on August 9th, despite his injuries, Yamaguchi reported to work. While speaking with colleagues, he tried to explain the destruction he had witnessed in Hiroshima. Some found the story difficult to believe. The idea that a single bomb could destroy an entire city seemed impossible. Then, history repeated itself. At 11:02 in the morning, a brilliant flash illuminated the sky over Nagasaki. Another atomic bomb, Fat Man, had exploded. For the second time in 3 days, Tsutomu Yamaguchi found himself caught in an atomic blast. And for the second time, he survived. His wife and infant son also survived because they had taken shelter during the attack. The odds of experiencing one atomic bombing were unimaginably small. Experiencing two was almost beyond comprehension. For decades, Yamaguchi rarely discussed what he had endured. Later in life, he chose to share his story with the world. He became an advocate for peace and spoke about the devastating human cost of nuclear warfare. In 2009, the Japanese government officially recognized him as a survivor of both atomic bombings. Think about that. He survived Hiroshima. He returned home. 3 days later, he survived Nagasaki. It sounds like fiction, but it really happened. And that is why Tsutomu Yamaguchi remains one of the most extraordinary survivors in human history.